Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again. It's good to see you. Sorry about skipping a week. If you're keeping up with the series, life happened. That's all I need to say, but life happened, as it does sometimes. But welcome back. Good to see you again. Thanks for sticking with me. This week we're going to be doing a moon salutation. So we've done 3 sun salutations. We're going to drop into a moon salutation. There's just a few poses, 3 really simple ones to start off with, and then dropping into a twisted lunge. We've already worked with lunge. I'm just going to introduce a twist into it. Anjali Mudra we've already done as well. This is just a seated variation, a kneeling variation, and with this kneeling as well, and with child's pose, discernment into your body. Okay, if it's too much to kneel, you know, we've got blocks, get props. You can use as many blocks as you like. Create space for the knees, create space for the ankles, okay? Ideally, if you look from this line, you know, the foot is in line. You can see from both angles actually. But the foot's in line with the knee. So the foot's not twisting out. So we're not twisting it like, if you're in this position, it's not ideal because you're twisting into the knees. We don't really want to be here. We want to be opening up through the ankles, okay? If this is not accessible, don't do it. Don't force it, okay? Discernment. Listen to your body, all right? If this is accessible, this is great. If it's too much on your knees, you can do a seated, cross-leg seated variation again. Maybe you want to sit onto blocks. We'll come back into some of these basic ones as well. You know, comfortable seated position at the start of class. I get a lot of people saying it's not comfortable what you're talking about. So we'll do that next week. We'll go back to some of the basic ones as well. But yeah, this is an option for this sequence. Okay, this is an option for this sequence. If you need to, sit cross-legged. Okay. Upper body is exactly the same. Lower body we can work with. Upper body, Anjali Mudra, hands to prayer. Nice engagement. So the crown of the head reaches up, shoulders gently retract. Okay, and then pull down the back of the body. So we're not just pulling the shoulders back. We want that nice retraction. The sternum pulls in a little bit. So find neutrality. Crown of the head reaching up lengthens the spine, takes the pressure off the discs. Shoulders gently retracting and then drawing down the back, just engages the spine. Hands to heart center. So we're not puffing the chest out. Sternum just pulls in just a touch, nice and neutral. Shoulders stacked above the hips where possible, whether we're seated or kneeling. Okay, so this is a seated variation. Kneeling variation. Okay, again, try and get that alignment. Feet running back, not twisting out to the side, not twisting in too much here. Be mindful of your knees. Feel into the body. Feel how it feels. Okay, it sounds silly saying it, but it's all about the feeling. It's all about the sensation. Okay. Yeah, we'll just be doing the sweep. So hands to heart center. We'll be sweeping the arms out. So as you inhale, you generally take the arms out nice and wide. Sweep the arms out. Maybe the gaze goes up to meet the hands and then bring the hands back to heart center. It's just a general straight sweep. What I do see is it's like your arms flopping around. You know, there's minimal engagement. Like, what are you strengthening? What are you engaging? There's no stretch. There's no reach. You're just swinging the arms kind of aimlessly. Okay, what's good? Hands to heart center. We've got that engagement through the torso. Take the hands down, sweep them out. Feel the engagement across the shoulders and then into the chest here, up above the pecs or the pecs here. Sweeping the arms out nice and wide, gathering up as much energy as we can, sweeping the arms out and up. Nice reach. Feel the stretch down the sides of the body. But as you exhale and bring the hands back, feel the engagement down the lats, down the back sides of the body as you bring the hands down. Okay, so that's when you start to feel strengthen and stretching. What's going on? Keep the awareness in the body. Okay, engage as you pull the hands back to heart center. You can sweep out nice and wide. Maybe the gaze goes up to meet the hands. And then exhale. Bringing the hands back to heart center. So keep that focus. We're not just swimming the arms around like, okay? Be here in the body. Connection, YoGeek Yoga, means to unite mind, body, breath. Be present. Anjali Mudra. Okay? We're just going to do the 3. These are 3 simple poses, just tying them in together because they're going to be tied in together in the sequence as well. So, dropping into child's pose here. Tends to be a resting pose. If you practice regularly, teachers will say if you're feeling tired, out of breath, mind's going, drop into child's pose. Tends to be knees roughly hip distance. We round into the back, drop down here. Something like that. Soften the shoulders. Maybe that the bum's away from the hips. Maybe that the head's forward. Maybe that you use a block again. Create a bit of space. Might look something more like that for your body. But feel into it. What I have found when I'm practicing and I haven't needed to drop into child's pose is when I'm exhausted or out of breath and I want to get my breath, having the knees together just restricts my breath. So what I tend to do is just take my knees a little bit wider than the hip distance. It allows the softness of my belly to soften down in between the legs. Creates a little bit of space for me to breathe freely and openly. So it doesn't restrict the breath. It doesn't make me feel as claustrophobic. Okay. So either variation is good for what we're doing, but we're not going to be in child's pose. We're literally just holding it for a breath. We're coming down into it and then inhaling straight up. So from child's pose, what we will be doing in this child's pose is actually we're sweeping the arms out and up, and then we're going to exhale and take the palms forward. Spread the fingers nice and wide. So their heads just maybe touching the floor here. And then we're going to come up into our tabletop. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And when you're in tabletop, see, I'm not sagging, my bum's not sticking up, I'm not getting compression into my lower back, I'm engaging my abdominal muscles. Tucking the pelvis through, bringing the belly button or the front of the hips up towards the chin. Okay, I'm not collapsing into the shoulders. Nice and neutral through the shoulder, not rounding into the shoulders either. Press the hands firmly into the floor, but neutral through the shoulders. Nice core engagement. Nice and stable tabletop. Imagine someone's just about to eat the dinner off your back. Okay. Good. 3 simple poses tied together. Anjali Mudra. I'm just going to tie them together. One more. Hands to heart center. We'll inhale, sweep the arms. Stretch the fingers nice and wide. Engage the muscles. Observe the body. Maybe the gaze goes up. Hands to prayer, and then exhale, turn the palms forward. Hands as far as you can. Fingers spread nice and wide. Maybe the forehead just lightly touches the floor. And then inhale, coming up. Sorry about the beard scratch on the mic. Nice core engagement into your tabletop. Okay, 3 pose sequence there. Nice and simple. Okay. What we'll be going into next, knees, chest, chin. We've done that before. We did that last week. So we can incorporate that. But yeah, it's just 3 simple poses that's going to be in the moon salutation. Work through it, get it familiar, see how it feels. Again, maybe the cross leg variation is more accessible for you with your knees, with your hips and your ankles. Ankles can be a big one, can be a really big one. Not everybody has that plantar flexion. Yeah, I'll do a video on postural names, anatomical positions and names. I'll do a short video on that. So plantar flexion's putting the ball of the foot down. That's plantar flexion. Dorsiflexion's pulling the toes up. So stuff like that I'll go through. Flexion of the hips. Extension of the spine. Flexion of the spine around in the back. Okay, so just stuff like that. Lateral flexion. But I'll do that in another video. Yeah, down you've had. Work through it. See how it feels. Enjoy. See you in the next video.